So a little bit about Principal Business Enterprises. We are a 63-year-old business started by my grandmother in 1961. I'm the third generation to run the business, and we have operated for those 63 years really under a strong mission. Our name, Principal Business Enterprises, that principle is the ethics version of the word. And so our mission statement today is we strive to operate at the highest level of business ethics and to uplift, enlighten, and enrich the lives of those we serve. So we think about serving two groups of people. The first group is our consumers. So for those who don't know what Principal Business Enterprises make, we make adult incontinence products, so adult diapers. And there are a lot of consumers out there that are underserved by sort of the standard products that you find in the grocery store. So we make products that meet the needs of those who consider themselves to have heavy to severe incontinence. That could be either on the wearer side or on the caregiver side. The other half of the mission, we want to uplift, enlighten, and enrich the lives of our employees. We call them our associates. You know, we try to do that in a lot of the normal ways. Obviously, to create a job that makes a material difference in somebody's life, you have to pay them fairly and have great benefits. And so this is one thing that we do, but there's really a lot more that people need. And so we spend a lot of time on training of our supervisors and our managers, because at the end of the day, almost more important than what people are paid is how they're treated. Are they respected when they come to work? Does somebody care about their career? Does somebody care about them as a person? One of the maybe more entertaining things is when I started about 8 years ago, I went up to our second floor and I looked out the window of the second floor and I saw a billboard. We've alternated back and forth between thanking our associates, recognizing our annual award winners, and talking about some of the products that we have out there. So just a little thing that we can do, but you know, when you see your face being recognized at 14 feet, it's something different. So in 2006, my dad, who was running the company at the time, my dad and mom actually were running it as co-CEOs at the time, started the Principal Business Fund, which was a fund that they put money into every year out of the profits of the company. And then they created a group of associates, of employees of the company, who were able to determine where that money would go. So what nonprofit organizations would be recipients of the fund. And so every year, this group of people, and it changes, the directors, they solicit nominations from employees across the company to give up to $5,000 to nonprofits that mean something to those associates. And so over the last 20 years, the fund has distributed quite a bit of money to over 90 nonprofits. So we're constantly looking for ways to improve the lives of our associates, to make a material difference in their lives. And one of the things that we've done recently, or we were spending energy on, and this comes, you know, from spending time talking with our associates to understand sort of what are the day-to-day struggles that they're dealing with. And it's probably spoken about less than adult incontinence, is the extent to which our associates experience violence in their daily lives. And I'm talking about domestic violence, intimate partner violence. It is a thing that our associates struggle with that they often do on their own. So it's a place where we think that we want to lean in for our associates to help them deal with the challenges that they are dealing with in life. So one of the places that we've looked to support our associates who are struggling with domestic violence is an organization called Cocoon, which is a local organization to Bowling Green.
So Cocoon is Wood County's domestic and sexual violence agency. So we serve survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, sex trafficking, and then we also do some work with adult survivors of childhood sexual abuse, as well as sexual harassment. And so our goal is to ensure that anybody in the Wood County community that is experiencing those types of victimizations have easy access to the supports and the resources that they need in order to be able to find safety and justice for themselves and their families.
Cocoon has been a past recipient for a PPE fund grant. I also volunteer on their board of directors, and we've partnered with them to develop this great program called Champions of Change. And it was really meant to bring into other industries, other businesses, so that we could educate associates, frontline leaders in many aspects of domestic and sexual violence. So we did a year-long campaign with the Cocoon. We launched it here at PBE, and they're actually rolling it out in other places. We trained our frontline supervisors in bystander, enrich, intervention as well as trauma-informed care. And then we had a series of videos, materials, articles that could help educate our associates as well. We wanted to create and support a zero-tolerance workplace.
One of the things, that has been really awesome for us is that as we continue to build this partnership with PBE, when you walk into their facilities, it is very clear that they're a safe space for survivors. It's very clear that they care about individuals who are experiencing domestic and sexual violence.
So as we think about benefiting our associates or caring for our associates, obviously salary and benefits make a big difference. But the real important thing that we can do is to help them meet the challenges that they face in their everyday life, whether that is domestic violence or food insecurity or any of numerous other challenges. And what's interesting, what we found is that as we do more to support our associates, we found that that has a trickle-down effect of them spending more time in the community supporting others, whether that is engaging with nonprofits or serving on boards or participating in the Alzheimer's walk or any of the other activities around the area. It pays itself forward. And so this is one more great reason that we feel it's the right thing to do. It has a multiplier effect on the community.